right, welcome to Good Day Chicago in our 9 o'clock hour, everybody. Here's a look at some of the things that we have coming up for you.
We've got two Bears legends in the building. We're talking about Richard Denton, Otis Wilson, ahead of the Bears' big-time playoff game against the Rams.
Yeah, so I'm in the green room. Oh, they're here, yeah. And new queens have officially been crowned in the city. The 2026 Miss Chicago and Miss Windy City are joining us to talk about what's next for their journey in the pageant world and their commitment to community service. Beautiful young ladies inside and out.
And I'm holding this. The Blackhawks, they are preparing for their battle against the Boston Bruins this weekend, but they also have a lot of centennial fun in the works, including a special bobblehead. We'll share the details of that coming right up there. Duncan Keith never looked better.
Gotta get it to bobble.
Right. And of course, hockey's played on ice, and that's what it feels like outside this morning as we check in with Caitlin for a look at the forecast. But that is the frozen tundra of Soldier Field this morning. Caitlin.
It's going to be cold this weekend. Anita, that jumpsuit is amazing.
Thank you, lady.
Oh, I want that.
Because it's cold outside. I needed something that covered me up. But we're excited about the Rams having to play in the cold.
Yes, make sure you are covered up. By the way, if you're going to the game, you got to do all the things. Layer it on up, wear the winter suit, and also don't forget your hand warmers. Talking about today, though, we do still have some light snow coming down in northwest Indiana. So holding on to that winter weather advisory until 10 because of that light potential snow. Shifting now mostly into LaPorte County. But with that, we're going to have some sunshine in Chicagoland today. And more snow is on the way as soon as this evening into tonight. Big picture satellite radar showing that last bit of some lake effect in northwest Indiana. For us in Chicago, you might see a snowflake around. But as we head into the afternoon, as mentioned, we're going to be breaking through those clouds with a little bit of sun. Rounds of snow expected between now and even the weekend. Bitter cold temperatures for the weekend, including for the Bears game, with wind chills near zero for the game. Talking about the next 12 hours, temperatures today are going to be staying in the mid to upper 20s by this evening. We're going to have that potential for snow moving back in. But tonight, temperatures are staying elevated in the 20s. It's going to be a touch gusty today. We could see winds right around 25 miles per hour. And let's take a look at our futurecast to time out our next round of snow. So again, this afternoon, quiet conditions, 3:45, and we are dry for everyone in Chicagoland. Then we reach 7 to 8 o'clock, and the snow starts to move in again. We could see a quick couple of inches of snowfall tonight into early tomorrow. So tomorrow morning may be impacted by snow, and you can see even at 4:45 in the evening, we still have some light scattered snow showers around, and that's going to be the case as we head into the weekend, too. It's not going to be a completely dry weekend. We're holding on to that chance for some light snow here or there. For the Bears forecast, temperatures are going to be hovering at about 20 degrees. Again, feeling even colder. Make sure you're ready for it. Heading into next week, that's when the temperatures really plummet down to about 10 to start off, and then slowly climbing back to the 20s by the middle of next week. Back to you.
Well, Chicagoland got slammed with some snow on Wednesday, and now it is Northwest Indiana's turn.
Roseanne Tejas is live there now to show us how the conditions are. It looks like, Roseanne, you still have snow, but maybe is the sun trying to peek through those clouds there, too?
You know what? This just happened, like within the last couple of minutes. The sun is peeking through, and thank goodness, because it's freezing here right now. It feels like 4 degrees. So even though, Mike, as you mentioned, there's still a little snow coming down, it feels worse than it may look, because there's enough of a wind that, well, I think the temperature's in the 20s, so if it feels like 4, that's telling you something. The wind is still a player this morning, and, you know, again, it's just so cold. There's enough snow on the ground that if the wind does pick up, then it starts blowing. So that's the situation in Chesterton. We're off Indian Boundary Road. Now, the roads don't look so bad, but this last coating of snow, I would say within the last hour, it was coming down pretty heavy and pretty good. So I think some of that I would be concerned would be freezing on the road because it is so cold here. But we talked to people here. They're used to it. They live on the southern rim of Lake Michigan. So we talked to one gentleman about the conditions today.
Not really bad. Yesterday was windy. We didn't get a lot of snow, but wind was terrible. I've lived here 57 years. I'm used to it. Drive slow and careful.
Drive slow.
The roads are getting slick again. I mean, we had 2 snowstorms in November, but this ain't nothing. I just drive careful.
Yeah, Darren Self says it's nothing. Now you're looking at the guy that I referenced a half an hour ago. You know, there's always the guy in the flip-flops and the shorts. In this case, though, this guy was actually from Miami, so I think he was legit in flip-flops and shorts from where his travel began. But we are going to see somebody like that by the end of today, traipsing through the snow, I'm sure. Hardcore. And you would need to be if you're going to go out in that today, that's for sure. Back to you guys in the studio.
Roseanne, I couldn't see that guy. He had the camouflage.
Hope he still has all those fingers and toes.
Thanks for that report, Roseanne. Have a safe trip back home. All right, developing news out of Minneapolis this morning. President Donald Trump is now threatening to use the Insurrection Act.
Yes, this would allow him to deploy troops in the city and, quote, put an end to the protests there.
They got pretty chippy last night. The unrest is surging in Minneapolis after another shooting involving ICE overnight. The Department of Homeland Security says that federal immigration agents were conducting a targeted traffic stop Wednesday night when a man from Venezuela sped off in his car. After crashing, officials say the man ran away. An agent caught up, tried detaining him, but DHS says that the man began resisting. Two people then came out of a nearby apartment, attacked the officer, according to DHS, with a snow shovel and broom handle. The initial target was able to get loose and also began hitting the agent. DHS says that the officer then shot that man in self-defense. Now, Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey is urging communities to remain peaceful.
For anyone that is taking the bait tonight, stop. That is not helpful. Go home. We cannot counter Donald Trump's chaos with our own brand of chaos.
The city of Minneapolis says the man that was shot was taken to a hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The shooting happened exactly 1 week after an ICE officer shot and killed Renee Nicole Good. Now, the Chicago-based law firm that helped win a record settlement in the George Floyd murder in Minneapolis, now representing the family of Renee Good. Antonio Romanucci and other members of his law firm, Romanucci and Blandon, reportedly left for Minneapolis yesterday. They have launched a civil investigation into Good's killing, so we'll be continuing to hear updates on that. Turning to what's really a major developing story overseas now, Iran has extended an order closing its airspace to commercial flights and warns that its military is on high alert.
Meanwhile, the U.S. is evacuating hundreds of troops from some of our bases in the Middle East. Now, this is a precaution ahead of a possible U.S. strike and Iran retaliating. President Trump has yet to signal whether he will intervene as the protests in Iran continue. The Iranian regime has killed more than 2,500 protesters. Senate Republicans narrowly reject a war powers resolution aiming to block President Trump from using military force in Venezuela without congressional approval. Vice President J.D. Vance cast the tie-breaking vote that came after a week of intense pressure from the White House on Senate Republicans. President Trump says that he had a great conversation with Venezuela's acting president, Delcy Rodriguez, yesterday. He says that they discussed oil, trade, and the U.S. helping Venezuela stabilize as well as recover.
President Trump now wants NATO to help the U.S. acquire Greenland. He calls it unacceptable for Greenland to remain a semi-autonomous Danish territory. President Trump says the U.S. needs to take over Greenland before China or Russia do. Yesterday, the foreign ministers of Greenland and Denmark sat down with Vice President J.D. Vance and Secretary of State Marco Rubio.
Greenland plays a critical role in protecting both North America and Europe from incursion. That needs to be in control of someone who's even stronger than NATO. That's the United States of America.
There is possibilities to accommodate the concerns of the president while we at the same time respect the red lines of the Kingdom of Denmark.
Since President Trump's takeover threats, Denmark's defense ministry has been ramping up its military presence there. 4 NASA astronauts make an early splashdown on Earth due to medical concerns with a crew member.
Members of Crew 11 landed off the coast of California early this morning. NASA has not given specific details here, okay? They say that the astronaut, whose condition is stable, needs medical tools only available on Earth. They haven't said which astronaut it is, what type of medical issue they're experiencing, but the International Space Station is now left with only 3 astronauts on board. 7 went up initially. NASA says they will remain in space until mid-February when the next crew mission arrives.
Well, Verizon says the nationwide outage that impacted customers for more than 10 hours yesterday has been resolved. The company says anyone still having any service issues should try to restart their devices to reconnect to Verizon's network. Verizon also says that it plans to provide account credits for people who were impacted by that outage. Those details will be shared directly with customers.
Indiana Governor Mike Braun is reacting to the Bears possibly building a new stadium in Northwest Indiana. He delivered his State of the State address yesterday. He said, quote, "We are working hard to bring the Chicago Bears to the Hoosier State." Governor Braun mentioned the Bears after talking about recent expansions by U.S. Steel and BP. The Bears defense got a tall task of trying to slow down Matthew Stafford on Sunday. He is definitely having an MVP-type season for the Rams.
Yeah, we've been watching him. And you know what? The conversation, at least, isn't as heightened as it was against the Packers, you know? I think people are showing him respect, you know? But their coach said, hey, I'm friends with Matt LaFleur. So look, we've got a little stake in this, higher than what we're seeing here. Stafford has thrown nearly 50 touchdowns this season, has 2 of the league's top wide receivers to throw to. Puka Nacua is just amazing. But the Bears have high praise for the 38-year-old veteran, as I was saying.
An experienced player that sees the field really well. He understands defenses. He knows how to manipulate defenses. He's got a great feel for the game.
At the top of the game right now, and you know, at his age and things like that. And so that's something you can learn from. And then also just the, how he plays the game. You know, you drop back and he has what everybody calls snake eyes.
Playing probably the best football, probably of his career. He'll probably say that. I think he's just very confident within the scheme.
Fox Chicago is your destination for coverage of the Rams and Bears Sunday. Bears Game Day Live starts at special time, 12:30. Once the game ends, we'll have post-game reaction with Ben Johnson, Caleb Williams, and we'll go inside the locker room for what we hope will be a celebration. The Cubs, too, have made it official. That's another one that we've been watching very closely. They signed 3-time All-Star Alex Bregman to a 5-year, $175 million contract.
Yes, he's going to meet with the media this morning at Wrigley Field. He's also expected to attend the Cubs convention this weekend. Cubs failed to land Bregman in free agency last year, but now they plan to make up for lost time.
Bregman's contract is the 3rd largest in Cubs history, the biggest in average salary. The official website for Major League Baseball reports that the Cubs are deferring $70 million, which helps keep their 2026 payroll just below luxury tax. Got to think about those.
That's right. Well, Bregman got his first unofficial welcome from Chicago fans on Monday. He and his wife went to the Blackhawks game at the United Center. You can see he is wearing his number 3 Hawks jersey. That is the same number he will wear as a Chicago Cub.
Aha.
Well, speaking of the Blackhawks, they're kicking off a massive celebration this weekend. They're going to continue their Banner Years celebration this Saturday during their game against the Boston Bruins. Box is empty right now.
I'm doing a little house cleaning here. There was a Post-it. You know, can't give all the secrets away.
Celebration's going to focus on the dynasty era of the 2010s. 25 of the iconic players are going to be back at the UC to celebrate with fans. Now, the doors are going to open to the atrium at 4:30, with the actual gates opening up at 5:30. The first 8,000 fans to enter the United Center receive, you got it, it's this guy right here. It's the Duncan Keith bobblehead, wearing his alternate captain and number 2 jersey. He, Hall of Famer, won the Conn Smythe Award for Most Valuable Player in the Blackhawks 2015 campaign against the Tampa Bay Lightning. Ranked as one of the 100 best players ever in the NHL. All of that, fantastic. But for me, there is one memory in this guy's, the bobblehead's career, but in Duncan Keith's career that is going to stand out. And that is in the 2010 the Conference Championship Series against the San Jose Sharks. He took a puck to the face. lost. Some people estimate
teeth.
10 teeth, somewhere between 7 and 10 teeth. He left the ice for like about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Came back out
With teeth?
with no teeth.
Missed a couple shifts.
It was a mouthful of bloody chiclets
Okay.
at that point, but he had gauze stuffed in his mouth. He finished the game.
He's a hockey player.
He is a hockey player.
As they say.
So Duncan Keith, Tough Guy Award winner, and this is going to be a big game there against the Boston Bruins on Saturday. So go check that out. Hopefully, it's an original 6 matchup there between the Hawks and the Bruins. Of course, the Hawks beat
Clearly,
the Bruins.
Yeah, they've been playing better lately.
after he
Of
had
late.
teeth again.
That's right.
Yeah.
They put back in the full. He joked when he got to the locker room. I think he said, "Anybody know a good dentist?"
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeesh.
There you go, Duncan.
All right, well, the Bears, they are getting ready for this weekend's big game against the Rams.
And our next guest know a thing or two about the pressure that they are feeling this morning. We are talking to Otis Wilson and Richard Dent on the other side of the break. Get ready, everybody. We have legends in the building. It's 9:15.
A year so.
The Bears are fighting tooth and nail every game. They're going to be playing just down the road from that shot there on Sunday night, trying to bring home another win in this exciting playoff round. Guests that we have with us now know what it's like to feel the pressure to represent Chicago on the world stage. We've got Hall of Famer and Super Bowl champ number 95, Richard Dent, fellow Super Bowl champ Otis Wilson, and I didn't even get your name.
I am Mark Doggett, but I'm not a Super Bowl champion.
You're the MVP of Team Coco 5. I know that. All right, so you guys, the last time the Bears played the Rams in a playoff game, the two of you were on the field, and I'll give anybody a quarter if they remember that it was Dieter Brock that you guys were facing.
Yes,
and you took him down, didn't you, Richard?
Yeah, I took him down, and was it you? No, it was Wilbert that took the
He
touchdown.
had the fumble.
He had the fumble and took it back for us.
I grabbed it, but I let it go.
I let it go. That's how he was. That's how he was. All right, you guys have been watching this team all season long. You know, what are your feelings when you see this comeback after comeback? What do you think of this, Otis?
Well, they don't. They start slow.
Yep.
And then have to, come from behind. But I mean, they get it done.
They are getting it done.
Yeah, to me, I would, Caleb seems to do well when the time is running out, I think what I would probably do is probably give him a situation, a no-huddle offense.
Exactly.
Get him started early. Because, you know, at this time, you know, these guys coming in here, right? You got a quarterback with a hand problem.
Right.
Okay. It's
Index
cold,
finger.
you know, so you don't want them to warm up. Okay. So you want to be hot out of the gate. So, you know, just from what I see with the quarterback, I would put him because he seems like he has a great IQ when his time is needed. This team plays when they need to play. Okay. Well, when they need to play is when the game starts, not when the game ends. Okay.
Get that mindset.
So they can get that. I think we can get something. I mean, the table is set for them right now.
Well, you guys obviously had one of the most dominant defenses in the history of the league. The Bears' defense has been struggling a little bit, and it would help if we can get a little pressure on Stafford.
Yeah.
You know, what would you like to see the D maybe do? You see more blitzes coming this weekend? What do you want to happen here?
They're going to have to blitz him, and, you know, Sweat, you know, he's got to, you know, show up.
Yeah,
He's got a pretty good contract, doesn't he?
Well, it's a big contract. And that's the part. And you know what? And what I don't see is what concerns me is I never see any defensive linemen making any plays in the backfield. You know, slanting inside. You see linebackers and safeties. Then we get beat on the edge. You mean we don't hold the edge? People bootleg you. They bootleg and let you run free with the quarterback coming to see you. They say what we're going to do is we're going to fool you with the motion, but the quarterback has nobody to block, and you're standing there, you don't get him. It's like that right there. You can't let those things happen. They can't let the $1 million guy come around free.
Exactly.
Okay, you got to put it on, and you got to let them know. Don't even think about that play because these are not going to be open.
Are these Bears as tough as your team was?
Well, they're you know what I say, Otis? They're getting it done when it's time.
Exactly.
Okay. But the reason they're getting it done because team give them time.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you got a team coming in here like Seattle, they're not going to give you the time, you know, but they're getting it done. I mean, you got to get it done. But if you can get it done out of the gates
early.
We're looking at some highlights.
Everybody have a good time.
We're looking at some highlights of you guys. Here you are, Richard, you know, tackling in Washington. Here we are against Brett Favre. When you see, you know, highlights of this, there's the younger Otis Wilson.
Yeah, isn't that something, baby boy?
Do you guys enjoy looking back at this stuff?
You know,
what does it make you think of?
Well, you know, it's feel, you know, you feel great. You know, you feel fun about it because this is a time that, you know, nobody can take away from you. And as a player, this is what you strive for. And when you got brotherhood like that in corporate business, everybody want to be together, but they can't be together. But in football, politics, everything is gone. We all about, you know, being the greatest that we can be.
Where will you be watching this game on Sunday night? You guys are going to be at
Soldier
Field?
We'll be at Soldier Field. We'll be in our box. We'll be in our box with our partner.
Who's buying the beer for you?
And we got Coco 5 there. And we're going to have a good time.
Well, let's talk about Coco 5. Tell us a little bit about this. This is a special drink, right?
You know, Coco 5, I met this gentleman 2 years ago at the barbershop. Time out at Shannon, and he was doing some things, and he told me about his background, and now he's CEO of Coco 5.
He's the CEO from a barbershop.
Barbershop conversation, for sure.
That is true.
But it's an amazing emerging brand. Coco 5 has really changed the way that people think about hydration, right? So it's 26% coconut water, not just salt and sugar, what you see in the marketplace today. So mom and dad would be happy putting this in a lunchbox, but it's great for anytime hydration. You can find it anywhere in the Chicagoland area. We're running a promotion right now at Jewel for the Chicago Bear game. $2.29 per bottle.
Hydrate up. Hydrate up.
Everybody hydrate except for the LA Rams. Except for the Rams.
Stafford maybe a little dehydrated and a little frozen.
Absolutely.
No Coco 5 for
Coco 5 for Stafford at all.
Coco 5 and hydrate up and let's go Bears.
Yeah, no Coco Nakua.
No, not at all. Not at all.
In there, yeah. All right, how about a final score prediction from you guys?
Score prediction.
20-17.
20-17. Bears going to getting at? Okay.
You know what I say, Odie. You remember, hey, if they don't score, you can't lose.
That's right.
Shut them out.
That's what you guys did in '85. You shut them out 24-0.
You can't lose if they don't get no points.
Well, I'm all in favor of a shutout. I can't hand. I'm like Fred Sanford. I'm Fred Sanford. It's a big one, Elizabeth. Every week it's like that,
shut
guys.
them out. It's going to be cold. They're going to be worried about trying to get warm.
All right. We appreciate you guys coming in today.
We appreciate you guys,
and stay hydrated here with the Cocoa 5. Good stuff there. And we have to tell more barbershop stories, I think.
Oh, yeah. Well, you see, we got to keep...
I bet there's a backstory here. Yeah, it's awesome, guys. Thank you for coming in. Right. Good luck to the Bears this weekend. And here's another. McMahon had a good game against the Rams. I think he ran for a touchdown, too. Yeah, here we see him lighting them up there at the Super Bowl.
We got to get our quarterback moving early.
You think so?
Early. The defense got to make them punt.
I like your thinking there, Richard. Thank you to these legends for coming in this morning. We will be back with more of Good Day right after this.
.927 right now as we give you a live look out at the beam. Just a few folks out there who are getting their pictures in the cold, cold conditions this morning. But, you know, here in the city, you're not seeing as much of that snow that we were seeing in Northwest Indiana. So hold on. We'll tell you a little bit more about what you can expect. But, you know, that sunshine also right off of a crown. Dozens of queens graced the stage for the Miss Chicago and Miss Chicago teen competition last weekend. But I have two of the beautiful young women who were awarded the crowns at the end of the night that I had the pleasure of serving as judge. 2026 Miss Chicago Kate DeMette and 2026 Miss Windy City Allison Garcia here with me now to talk all about their new phase of life. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Great to have you here. I'm so proud of you both. Both scored high marks all night. High marks all night.
Thank you. So excited to be here.
Mm-hmm. Tell me a little bit about why you wanted to be a part of the competition and just how it feels now to wear the crown.
Such an incredible experience that day. I have been a part of the Miss America opportunity for the last 6 years, and one thing I love about this organization is it's the largest scholarship provider for women in the country, and I'm always so inspired by the other women that I get to meet. Allison very much being one of them. Chicago is one of the greatest cities in the world. I'm so excited to have the honor to serve this year alongside Allison. It'll be a great experience.
Allison is an attorney.
Future
attorney, but are you 1L or 3L? I can't remember.
I'm a 2L,
okay,
so right in the middle. I'm right in the midst of all of law school madness. I have to go to class right after this, which is, you know, I'm going to be glammed up. But I think Kate said it best. I mean, pageants have opened up so many opportunities to me, and it's instilled confidence and great speaking skills, interview skills, and, you know, our talent is one of the funnest things to do on stage. I play piano, Kate's a violinist, and it's just amazing.
Yeah, and both of your talents were just off the charts. I mean, so exciting and so entertaining, you know, for both of you. What do you want to do now that you have this platform?
So my community service initiative is called Notable Measures. It's a 501c3 nonprofit that raises funds for youth music education programs all over the country. And so a big part of my year will be getting into as many classrooms as possible across the city, across the state, raising funds for youth music education, but also bringing more young women into the Miss America opportunity.
Yeah.
And my community service initiative is fair access to health care. I'm very, very passionate about having affordable health care to all Americans. And my year is going to look like a lot of advocating for one another and making sure that people have the legal resources and knowledge that they need to achieve that.
How will you all get ready for Miss Illinois?
Lots of practice, lots of hours of work, and I mean, Kate, I'm so excited to spend the year with her, and it's going to be a great time getting to know each other and just prepping together for Miss Illinois.
Yeah, I think she said it the best, just getting out in the community. I think a lot of the work as Miss Illinois will be the work that we get to do as Miss Chicago and Miss Windy City, just supporting Chicago, young people in the community, and making the most of this year.
Okay, now walk me through the night. Walk me through the day, because it's a long day. But walk me through the day, how you were feeling. You know, if there's a young woman out there and they're thinking, maybe I want to do something like that, what should they expect?
It was a long day, but for me, especially going into the interview, it's a little bit nerve-wracking, right?
Did we look mean?
You know,
you had a great smile, actually.
Yeah, you had a big smile, but it is intimidating walking into a silent room of 7 judges. But before I walked in, I had Sabrina Carpenter pumping through my headphones, full volume, and that just kind of made me get so excited to go in. So I tell anyone wondering, like thinking about doing a pageant, that it's really just about instilling confidence in yourself and just being who you are, and you know, listening to Sabrina Carpenter right before to ease the nerves.
I would agree. I also think a big thing for me is just getting to have conversations with the other young women, both on the teen side and the Miss side. That always helps me calm my nerves. Usually before going into interview, I like to just talk to as many people as possible, and I definitely had a lot of conversations with Allison. We were sitting right next to each other all day. But I think that's one of my favorite parts of the day is just getting to meet the other young women and knowing that throughout the Miss America opportunity and throughout my time in it, I've learned that you just have to be yourself. Nobody is perfect, and we all do our best in life when we can be truly authentically ourselves.
I think you all are both excellent representatives of the organization, of the city and the county. Wish you all the best. Did Sabrina Carpenter do espresso?
Yes, she did.
Yes.
She did espresso.
I needed to be listening to espresso. Give me a little caffeine for the day. But it was a wonderful opportunity to be with you all this past weekend, and I'm wishing you all the best. I'll be looking for it.
Oh, thank you so much.
Keep me updated.
Of course, we will. Thank you.
All right, everybody. So we've got a lot more to share with you this morning. We're going back in time to see Chicago's Aragon Ballroom in its prime. A historian walks us through vintage menus, event flyers, and its transition into a modern-day concert venue. Plus, we're talking with Clark Street Sports about the huge demand for Bears merch ahead of their game against the Rams. All that and more starting at 10 a.m. on Chicago Now. But we got a little bit more time here on Good Day Chicago, so stick with us. It's 9:32 as we give you this live look from our 2800 camera over beautiful Lake, cold Lake, icy Lake, Michigan today.
Sponsored by Ford.
All right, we're back at 9:35 right now. Northwest Indiana is getting a dose of this wintry weather this morning.
It was
More of
coming
what we had
down hard,
yesterday.
right?
Yeah.
Roseanne shows us how it's looking in Chesterton.
It's still snowing, it's still cold, and it's still a bit windy in Chesterton, Indiana right now. The snow really just kicked in about 8 o'clock this morning with some pretty big flakes for a while, but now it's died down a bit. However, with this feels like temperature of about 4 degrees and a little wind blowing, it is kind of brutal outside. Although the people we talked to this morning who live in the area say they're pretty used to it. One gentleman offering some advice for people who maybe aren't as familiar with driving in these conditions.
Not really bad. Yesterday was windy. We didn't get a lot of snow, but wind was terrible. I've lived here 57 years. I'm used to it. Drive slow and careful.
Drive slow.
The roads are getting slick again. I mean, we had 2 snowstorms in November, but this ain't nothing. I just drive careful.
So the roads don't look too bad, but because of this recent snowfall and this really cold air, it could be icy out there. So you'll want to pay special attention, be very careful in this part of Northwest Indiana. Roseanne Tejas, Fox Chicago.
And the good news is the lake effect is beginning to wind down. Skies have cleared now pretty much all over Illinois. If you still have clouds, though, parts of Indiana and Michigan, hang on. You'll get some sunshine out there, too. But everybody's going to be cold. You know who else is going to be cold? The Los Angeles Rams. And it's going to affect them, hopefully, we expect, more than it affects our local team. Temperatures on Sunday night are going to be in the teens. Wind chills will be close to 0. I'm not expecting snow. I just think we end up being mostly cloudy. And as I've been saying, I want it to be even colder for the Rams when that game is over. Right now, sunny at O'Hare, 15. We have a west-northwest wind at about 8 miles per hour, so the wind chill is 4. If you're out for any period of time, you want the hat and gloves. It'll make you much more comfortable. Temperatures still pretty much in the teens, not even 12 Waukegan, but it's 14 at Aurora, 18 Joliet, 15 at Midway, 18 at Valparaiso, and in Michigan City, still dealing a little bit of lake effect snow there, and that's one of the spots that had the heavier snow. Your temperatures are at least a little bit less cold. The lake effect snow beginning to wind down. Winds are shifting, and that will kind of cut off the flow of moisture and the cold air needed to pass over the lake to make that lake effect snow go. Rest of the area breaking out into sunshine, even in northwest Indiana this afternoon. I think you'll get sun. But then tonight, here comes snow. And it will snow most of the night into tomorrow morning. Not a lot, but I think enough to maybe produce an inch or 2 of accumulation. During the afternoon, Friday, we'll be behind a cold front, another cold front. And these scattered snow showers that you see, they're likely to continue at least intermittently on Saturday. There's no big storm inside it, but it's just enough to kind of recoat the ground a couple of times here between tonight and Saturday. Overall, snowfall amounts are not going to get out of hand. We're looking at about an inch or 2 across the area. So just a kind of nuisance snowfall, I guess. If your driveway is clean now, you're going to have to probably do it again at least once more as we go through the weekend. Today, mostly sunny. Clouds, light snow in Indiana and Michigan, ending blustery cold, a high of 25. Tonight, increasing cloud cover, snow moving in after 8 o'clock or so. Temperatures holding fairly steady around 22. We may briefly get a degree or 2 above freezing tomorrow. That's not going to melt much, though. We'll see intermittent snow showers through Saturday. High of only 20 on Saturday. But look at this, 18, the high on Sunday for the Bears game. For the King holiday, you're looking at a high of 15, but at least it will be dry. And then temperatures ease up slightly Tuesday and Wednesday into the mid-20s. We have a photo to share with you, and it's a pretty one, from the man I like to refer to as our LaSalle County Bureau Chief. Hey, Kevin, how are you? Kevin Christensen giving us a look there. It looks like maybe a radio tower there, silhouetted up against a beautiful sunset. Kevin Christensen there in Utica, a great place to go if you're on your way to or from Starved Rock State Park. Back to you.
Someplace I still need to get, Starved Rock. Yeah. All right, the FDA says at least 45 people have fallen ill with salmonella linked to a recalled diet supplement.
The FDA says that outbreak comes after Superfoods Incorporated, which makes the Live It Up brand Super Greens powder, recalled its original and wild berry flavored diet supplements. The recalled products have expiration dates of August of 2026 to January of 2028, and they were distributed all over the country. And new this morning, XAI is limiting its chatbot's ability to create sexualized deepfake images on X. Elon Musk's AI software Grok has come under fire for allowing users to take real photos of people, including children, then edit them into revealing clothing. Grok is already the subject of multiple investigations, including in Malaysia, Indonesia, the UK, and the EU. California launched its own investigation on Wednesday.
Yikes. Both O'Hare and Midway airports could be getting some name changes. Mayor Brandon Johnson's administration is testing an idea to sell naming rights and sponsorships at both airports. So we're not talking about changing the name of the actual airport, but some of the things inside, some of the terminals. Companies could put their names on things like the O'Hare People Mover system, concourses, parking lots, shuttle buses, even. Everything would be fair game, you know, except the names O'Hare and Midway. Gotta circle back to that. Two celebrities made a top secret stop at the Art Institute of Chicago this week.
Ooh.
We didn't even know about it.
Why were we not informed?
Where was our invite?
Ball the nerve. The museum posted a photo on its Instagram of Ariana Grande and Jonathan Bailey in front of the Georges Seurat painting, A Sunday on Les Grands Jetés. The actors are promoting an upcoming musical inspired by that painting called Sunday in the Park with Georges. It is set to open summer 2027 in merry old London, England.
I hope Ariana's getting a little bit of rest on her vocal cords from Wicked for Good. Goodness. But gotta strike while the iron's hot.
That's
She's
true.
hot, you know. Calling all Caleb's. Yes, calling all Caleb's. The Wiener Circle is moving on from Coach Ben Johnson and hosting a look-alike contest for the Bears star quarterback now. They're holding it at the famous hot dog stand on Clark Street next Tuesday at 6 p.m. The winner will take home a Wiener Circle gift card and merch. Of course, this was the Ben Johnson competition we're looking at here. But their last look-alike contest for Johnson drew nearly 1,000 fans. Can't wait to see all of the Caleb look-alikes that come out. This should be pretty interesting.
Pretty good. They gotta have the fingernails.
Gotta have the fingernails
commit.
done,
You gotta commit
and
to
they gotta
that.
come out like this, you know.
Yeah. Gotta have, you know, the lineup and everything nice too. Yeah. Make sure to see what they come up with. Well, as we head to break, we want to remind you that the Chicago Bears are hosting their 37th annual coat drive.
The Bears, along with Jewel Osco and the Salvation Army plus Sherway Movers, are asking for your coat donations. Just drop them off at participating Jewel Osco stores now through February 16th. You want more information? Easy find online at chicagobears.com/coat drive. We'll be right back. What a beautiful scene there.
A lot of sunshine out there.
Plenty of sunshine. The snow is gone. Well, there's still snow on the buildings and on the ground, but we're not snowing. It's just on the cold side. All right, music lovers, you're going to be paying more for your favorite tunes.
Spotify says it's going to raise the price of its monthly premium subscription service by $1 up to $12.99. That's in the U.S. and some other markets. This pricing will take effect starting next month in February. Subscribers will receive an email about that new adjustment.
Literally every day, we're telling you about something else that's raising its prices. Yeah, it's tough, man.
I think my Apple Music is still like $9.99 a month.
Don't say it out loud.
I think that's right. Yeah.
That's tomorrow's story.
Better not be.
All right, the most acclaimed TV show of 2025 is coming back. The British drama Adolescence won a ton of awards, including several Golden Globes Sunday night after the award show co-creator Stephen Graham confirmed season 2 is in the works. The Netflix show was originally planned as a limited series, follows a young boy charged with murder. Still not clear what season 2 would focus on or if any characters would return. Graham said it would likely be several years away, but I was looking, on social media on Monday morning, because of course you had to choose between Golden Globes or football on Sunday, and I chose football, but I was looking, and one of my friends from college was a part of the crew for Adolescence.
Really?
Yeah, they got a Golden Globe, and I was
Very
like,
cool.
man,
And you
that
haven't
is
watched it?
awesome. I have not.
I
But now
watched
now I
one
feel
episode, but I
obligated
just didn't continue, so I need to go back in.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Yeah. All right, some controversy in the Stranger Things world. Speaking of things that have lasted a long time, when One Last Adventure, the making of Stranger Things 5, premiered on Monday, many longtime fans of the show claim they saw the ChatGPT icon open on a computer. Director Martina Radman is now coming to the Duffer Brothers' defense, denying the speculation. She says it may have been used for research, but it's impossible to use AI as a tool to write such a complex series with so many characters and storylines.
Maybe
Do you
could
believe
spark
it?
some ideas. I'm sure they, use your consultant. Your AI consultant.
If it's impossible today, it will probably not be impossible, a week from now.
Possible. Yeah.
We are saying bye-bye to some baby names this year. And a new report is predicting which ones might be going extinct.
Extinct?
All right, here you go. Some names whose popularity is dropping the fastest off of the Baby Center's top 1,000 list include Abby. Oh, I have a very good friend, Abby. I hope you're not watching. This is very sad. Garrett, Danielle, Harry, Ezra, and Sasha.
We have a Sasha
Yeah, we got a Sasha here. Yeah.
All right, naming trends people are avoiding this year include unique spellings of popular names, names inspired by places, boy names ending in Y, and names that start with either D or the letter K. I wonder why that is.
I don't know. But I think, when you do unique spellings of popular names, you set your kid up for their name to be misspelled their entire life.
That is very true.
Yeah, like you correcting people your entire life.
All right.
Yeah. All right, you can show your support for our Monsters of the Midway and submit photos wearing your best Bears gear to us. You know what tomorrow is.
Yes, we're going to be showing all those pictures on Friday. You can send them to that email address right there on your screen, gdc@fox.com. And if you don't have any fan gear, we're going to show you where you can grab some. That's coming up next.
Especially if your name starts with a D or a K. I want those in there.
It's Ashley's.
We're still talking about Bears football this time of year, right? It's great.
It's amazing.
Yes, it is. Big test this weekend, taking on the Rams in the divisional round.
Well, Pro Shop wants to make sure that we fans are decked out. Jake Hamilton is at Soldier Field to showcase some of the new gear.
That's right, guys. We know Bears fans are the absolute best in the NFL, but you know what? They're also the best looking and the best dressed. And a big reason why is where we are right now, the Bears Pro Shop out at Soldier Field that has everything you need to maybe have a little refresh before the big game on Sunday. We're back here with Sarah Smith, VP of Fan Development and Marketing. Sarah, I'd imagine anything with these 3 words on it basically flying off the shelf.
Absolutely. This is our Good, Better, Best collection that was designed by our in-house brand creative team. We have sizes for women, men, unisex, kids, you name it. It's been a top seller.
And also, it's got such a great story behind it, and you can know that when you get something like that, it's still going to be great next season, 10 seasons from now. But I'd imagine, particularly this weekend, people want to put a timestamp on where we are right now. And any merchandise that says 2025 playoffs, division champs, I'd imagine that's what people are really coming after, right?
Exactly. It's been such a memorable season that this collection, fans really want to commemorate it, and so this has been flying off the shelves as well.
These, I mean, look at that. I mean, that's about as perfect as it gets.
It's great to see it.
But you know, what I love is there is a logo that I've been seeing around the store, and in fact it's actually on the arm of my jacket.
Yeah, so if you can believe it, this is the 40th anniversary of our 1985 Super Bowl win. So our in-house brand creative team came up with this logo, and you'll see it on some merch just as a way to commemorate the anniversary.
I gotta ask though, you know, there's so many things out here, and everyone knows that, you know, obviously there are a lot of male Bears fans, but there are a lot of passionate female Bears fans, and you guys have a lot of merch that's going to make sure that they're the best dressed, best looking fans in all of football.
Absolutely. So we really want to make sure that we're taking care of all of our fans. So for some of the female styles, we really lean into unisex, but also options like this where it's tone on tone. So maybe you want to sport the Bears, but you don't necessarily want a huge colorful logo.
There's a lot to be had for everybody out here. I know we have some expecting moms at Fox 32, so we're going to do a little bit of present shopping, maybe to have some stuff ready to go for a little bit later in the year. When can people come out to the shop, and where is it exactly?
Exactly. So we have 3 pro shops here at Soldier Field. This one that we're in is close to gate 45, and this is open 7 days a week. So even if you aren't coming to the game, you can still swing by and get some merch.
And you know, people don't necessarily maybe think of this next item as a must-have, but going into the game on Sunday, I'd imagine a blanket might be a very coveted item going into that game.
Absolutely. The blankets have been a top seller for us this season.
And you can get them and bring them in?
You absolutely.
Get them and bring them in. All right, guys, we are out here, Soldier Field. It is the Bears Pro Shop. I'm going to do some shopping on my own. Sarah, we appreciate you. Let's see. I think we've got my size ready to go. And on that note, I'm going to do a little bit more shopping as we toss it back to you guys in the studio.
I was hoping the even smaller size he was going to say. That would fit you, Anita, knowing in my heart.
I want that Run DMC chain you got.
That was super cool. There's so much merch out there. Everybody just get ready to bear down, you know. Let's send it up to Studio 32, where Chicago Now is getting ready to start at 10 a.m. Hey, guys.
Hey, I'm jealous of Jake's bomber jacket. He was just wearing that in the newsroom. It's as cool in person as it is
Can I tell you something about a bomber jacket?
What?
I got one for my husband, and it was super cute. He's a Bills fan. I got him this Buffalo Bills bomber jacket. I was like, this is in style. It looks darling. He thought it was too short. He doesn't like the you know how it's
They're supposed to kind of be cinched. Yeah.
They're kind of like a
Grady.
retro kind of style.
Grady.
I like it.
Her husband's name is Grady. That made the list.
Bad part of the list, though.
We are going to run through the list of names that have now fallen out of favor. Okay, in 2026, it's come up. I don't know if it's based on census data, but some pretty, I don't know, pretty accurate sounding stats, like names that start with D and K. on both genders. Like, they really break it down.
I disagree with most of the names that they said are going out of style.
Information.
I haven't heard these names.
You can't disagree with data.
Speaking of
data.
Grady, they had it on the list of like going out of style. I haven't met one single other person named Grady. So who are we talking about? Okay. But we'll dig in.
We're going to dig into that. We're also going to talk with a Chicago historian about one of the coolest venues and a brand new look at this old venue, the Aragon Ballroom up in Uptown. We're going to see it through a really cool lens with a special guest. All that and much more. We're going to be joined by some super fans as well, previewing the Big Bears game on Sunday. That's all next on Chicago Now.
Fox